at me now and open up and let the words come sure enough that you can feel just what you want to say to me, and let the day take us where we want. know if we're live.
Are we here? Are we live? Are we ready? I'm like hearing voices all around, and we didn't even tap in and tune in yet, but I am SarahSpiritual, and we are dialing up. We are on a fast track today because we are in the energy of love. We are going with the flow of love. Are you ready to go with the flow? Raise your hand. Say, I'm in with love today, because today's the day that we don't know where, we don't know when, but true love is coming your way. That's the mantra if you want to create love. I don't know when, I don't know where, but today is the day. True love is coming my way. But we're going to take a moment to talk a little bit more about love, not just love, I love you, love. We are going to talk about loving self, because in order to love someone else, we want to be able to love ourselves, and we want to honor the self inside and recognize who we are first. You have to honor what is important to you. You have to nurture yourself. And many people that I get to talk to in the feed, they're not doing that. They're not taking the time to honor self, love self. And many of us are really just kind of the walking wounded. We have had experiences, raise your hand if that's you, where you're feeling a little battled and bruised and just worn down from experiences that have left you feeling not good enough, not worthy, unimportant, passed over, and the list goes on. And for some of us, that really begins with your early learning, your childhood learning. And that's not to bash parents. I'm not here to say our parents didn't do a good job, because honestly, our parents do the best they can with what they have, and they are products of their environment. But in the ability to attract divine love, divine partnership, the true essence of that one-to-one, heart-to-heart, soul-to-soul experience, it is very important that we take a look at where we come from and how we choose to express love, first and foremost to ourselves. So are you one of those individuals who have this very critical talk to self? Do you sit there and say to self, oh, I'm not doing this right. Oh, I'm not very smart. Or, wow, look at you. You don't look so good today. Or, oh, I don't feel the way I should feel. I'm not good enough. Or, I don't know why you bother trying. Every time you try, something wrong happens. And we begin this self-talk, this self-energy, and almost a self-loathing. And then we wonder why we don't have that primary partner. We don't have that relationship. We don't have that connection. I was actually talking to a friend of mine. She's actually my client, and she works in online dating. And so she and I were having this conversation. She's actually a dating coach. And we were talking about the interactions between people and dating, and how people are coming from a place of need, not desire. So if you feel as if you need a relationship, you're already on a path of self-destruction. We want relationship, we want primary partnership, but we don't need anybody to complete us. I know it's a great line from Jerry Maguire, you complete me, and everybody wants that experience. But to be complete in oneself and have someone be the balance, the yin and the yang of that, that is ideally what you're looking to accomplish. So if you are in the midst of a relationship that's not working, if you have been in relationships and you're noticing a pattern, do we have patterns? I know there's quite a few patterns that we can notice. Then we have to go back to self. I talk to so many people, and they say to me, hey, I keep attracting the same experience, something's wrong with me. Or there's no good guys out there, or there's no great girls out there. And I'm like, no, that's not true. It's just an adjustment. It's like the temperature here. So now we've got the lights on, and the AC just clicked on, because the AC needs to adjust the temperature, because otherwise they're going to roast SarahSpiritual right here live on Facebook and YouTube. So they have the temperature set, so the AC will kick on to make an adjustment. Well, we have to make our own adjustments in the choosing and notice what we want and notice what we have accomplished in our life as far as relationships, and then the aspects that we have attracted that are less than desirable, and even our own behavior. Sometimes, and maybe you've noticed this, that there are certain people that we attract in our life that they kind of hook right into you, and gosh, they bring out the worst in you. How is that possible? Because they are triggering you. They are triggering something inside of you that really takes you down this dark, dark hole. And there's a dark, dark hole. And you find yourself caught in a pattern of behavior that you didn't think you were capable of, or really you haven't had an experience that way within yourself in a long time because you thought you left it in the past. Well, you know, the past is always going to come back and bite you unless you do what you need to do in the experience of that self-love and self-care. So how many of you are willing in this time of Venus, in this time of love, in this time of energy on the planet that we truly want to create and manifest as we build up this momentum before the fall comes, before the energy begins to dissipate of the year and the planets realign and energy starts to get a little dicey again? Do you want to create something magnificent? If you do, put it in the feed. I want to create something magnificent. And you want to create something magnificent in all areas of your life, because remember, we are the creator. We are the creator of our reality. But for many of us, even the attraction of abundance, even the attraction of a great career, even the courage to make a shift. Maybe you're in the middle of your life and you want to make a shift in career and you're thinking, well, how am I going to go back to school? I don't know if I can. I don't know if I'm good enough. I don't know. And in the I don't know, we get caught up in the cycle of, well, why bother? Well, we have to have the courage and the self-love and the self-awareness to create. And so love is not just about interaction between girl meets boy, boy meets girl, girl meets girl, boy meets boy. This love connection, it is about the energy of how can I love myself and honor all the potential that is within me. We all have so much great potential that is lying often dormant and many times in the course of a lifetime goes untapped. We want to open up, we want to awaken the untapped resources, the buried treasure within. And it begins with self-love and self-connection and self-understanding and appreciation. Not all lost in this critical self-talk of you don't have the body that you want, you're not physically fit, maybe your hair doesn't look right, maybe you don't feel like you're smart enough, maybe you're in a situation that is demeaning to you, maybe a work environment, maybe a home environment. Whatever the experience is that's fueling that, you have the power to redirect energy and create within self the beauty of who you are. And that's why we're going to talk about love today. We're going to talk about loving self. We're going to talk about loving relationships. We're going to project some love experiences for people. And of course, answer any questions that you have here today on the feed. We're always happy to be of service here and give you that healing. Today we're going to do a magnificent love healing. It's going to be spectacular. So if you know someone who has aspects in their heart and their solar plex that are a little out of whack, and we need to do some deep soul healing and some deep self-love, we're going to bathe ourselves up in love here, because we are in the energy of love, and you are a unique, valuable aspect of God's expression here in this physical embodiment. So we are excited. So some of the people have been saying, wow, I'm so glad I didn't miss you today. Lynn Wheatman says, I create love, abundance, and change. The Expedito Enlightenment Center staff says, I want to create something exciting and magnificent. Melissa is talking about someone loving her deeply. We're going to have to get to that. Here we go. We got Lynn is here. We've got Jill Mraz. Hi, Jill. How are you? Holly's here. Shirley's here. Amanda Ferraro is here. I'm in with love today. We need to be in with love today. So let's say it all together. I'm in. I am in with love today. And if you happen to love Sarah Spiritual, put it in the feed. It's good to know that you love me. But I know that I love me. Why do I love me? It's not from ego. I love me because I love the work that I do. I love doing what I do. And I think you can tell that watching me on these feeds, that I truly love engaging with all of you and being connected to you. I truly love coming in here every day. There are moments, so, you know, you get up and you're like, oh, I got to go to work, and maybe I'd rather stay and cuddle in my bed and not get up. But life is as good as you choose to interpret it. It is as good as you choose to feel it. And in those moments that things are less than how I envision them, I just choose to feel a different way. Does that mean I don't have a moment where I go, ugh, oh my goodness, I'm so annoyed, or oh my goodness, I'm frustrated, or we're human. But in that realizing that you have a feeling, you can choose to engage in that feeling, or you can choose the variation. The variation, first of all, as Abraham Hicks would teach us, everything's always working out for me. So no matter how things appear, and I've seen some things appear pretty nasty, either through the eyes watching on my clients or things that I've experienced, it didn't look good. But I know in the end it's always going to work out. So this experience that you're in, wherever you are in the cycle of love, in the phase of love in your life, in your journey of love, self-love, expansion of consciousness, connection with the Creator, your journey of creating a shift in your life, your career, your finances, your relationships with friends and family, wherever you are in that journey, whatever place you are in that moment, just recognize that everything that has led you there has been for a reason. So if something is uncomfortable or not to your liking, then you can change it. So you can live in another place in the country, another place in the world, and say, I don't want to be here anymore, and pick up and go. That's how I got to South Florida. I said, oh, well, I don't know, there's nothing really here for me in New Jersey. I'm out. And I remember my friends were like, I'm sorry, what? Where are you going? Florida? You don't know anybody. I'm like, I know, I'm out. They're like, what? Like, my friends thought I had lost my mind. I had a couple of friends who were like, all right, if that's what you want to do. Like, what? So if you wake up one day and you desire change, then make the change. But the change cannot come from here. The change has to come from here. It has to come from your heart. It has to come from the central point of who you are. And if you have to force this, then don't change, because it's not the right change for you. The changes that you want to make, whether it's career, whether it's in relationships, whether it's just new demographic, it has to come from your heart. You have to turn on your heart light. You have to be in the center of your heart to make a choice. And if it's not seated in your heart, then you're going to have to take the time to get out of your head. And you're going to have to disentangle with the chatter. Mind chatter is a dangerous thing. How many of you have busy minds? I know some of you on the feed have a busy mind. I know that for a fact. But imagine what goes on in our head. Just do what you feel. What's that song? If it makes you happy, it can't be that bad. Can't be that bad if it makes you happy. Because you want your heart to sing in all of your choices. And sometimes we stay where we are because we're just used to the habit. We're just used to the experience, and better to know the devil we know than the devil we don't know. Many of you are caught in a cycle and uncertain how to get out of it. I've been there. Sometimes I want to make a change, but I wait. I wait and feel it. And when I feel it, I do it. And if I don't feel it, I'm like, what's happening? What's the answer? And I wait. And in the waiting, in the stillness, I do my best. We're all human. You do your best to not fret over it. You know those moments of, what am I going to do? I don't know. How am I going to do it? You get all gnarly inside of yourself. I just took that from our friend David, right? Our friend David uses that word. You know, you get gnarly and you get all caught up, and it just gets really ugly inside. And then you're like a dog chasing your tail, and you go around in circles. To create love, to have loving relationships, we want to be centered in who we are and believe in who you are. Now, everyone has aspects of imperfection, and that is viewed through the human eye. But if you talk to the angels, if you saw yourself as the angels see you, you would see no imperfections. There would be no dissatisfaction. The first time I heard that from Theo, the 12 archangels, I was like, what? What do you mean no dissatisfaction? Are you not like seeing what's going on here in the planet? But according to Theo, according to the archangels, everything is in order and something wonderful is coming from everything. Those of you who follow my Wednesday radio show, on Wednesday night, we featured Theo, channeled through Sheila Gillette, the trance medium, who is the voice channel for Theo, a consortium of 12 archangels. And I asked Theo how this energy of this angst and anger and fear and worry is being interpreted. I mean, because there's so much going on the planet, how can we, mere mortal humans, navigate this? And Theo essentially said that out of this chaos, order would come. Out of this chaos, there would be a change, and the change is already in completion. We're just not seeing it yet. And I found that fascinating, because I'm like, well, Theo, could you pop on down here and take a look at the news? Which I don't know about you, but I really don't watch. But when I catch glimpses of it, I'm like, what happened in Walmart? What happened in Texas? It's like, you just can't believe this is happening. Here in South Florida, we were getting notifications that schools were being locked down. For what? Fear is being fueled into the environment. Fear is being fueled on the planet. And we are kind of feeding it ourselves. That's why we're doing this show on love today, because love is the power. I'm not coming from a place of woo-woo. This is the corporate girl, heart to heart, mind to mind, soul to soul talking to you now. Love is the power. And it begins with loving self. Because when you are loving self and honoring self, you don't have to be rude or nasty to the person who's blocking your path in the grocery store. You don't feel that angst when you're talking to someone and they're annoying you and you just want to tell them to shut up. You don't feel that because you are at peace with you. And when you love you, you can see the love in someone else, and then you can allow them to be who they are and meet them where they are. Not everybody is at the same rung on the journey, the ladder of travel of ascension. Not everybody is in the same place. And many of us, we think we're all moving up, and then every once in a while you turn around and go, wait, I went 2 steps down, because you lost yourself in an aspect that wasn't loving self. And you lost the sense of connection and hope. When you have hope, when you have the feeling that something great, no matter how bleak something looks, could happen, you give the universe permission to do that. But if you don't feel you're worthy, how are you going to say, okay, universe, here I am. I'm in a financial hole. I'm in a financial pickle. Here I am, universe. I've been without relationship for however many years. Or here I am, universe, God, angels. I've been attracting partners and I don't know, but it's really not working out. How can you help me? How can I attract this? Help me. If you don't feel you're worthy for that, the universe is going to line up the best suitors, the best partners, the best connections. And you know what you're going to do? You know what you're going to do. You're going to go, oh, thank you, angels. Oh, no, I'll take that one. And the angels, although they see no imperfection, but the human side of the angels, if I were to give a caricature, they would be like, are you kidding me? You went all the way to that end of the line when we lined up all these wonderful possibilities, and you took a possibility that's a version of where you've already been that you said you didn't want? Do you know why you always pick the same patterns of people? Do you know why you have the same happenings at work? So many people tell me, oh, everywhere I go, I don't get along with the people in the office. I don't get along with other women. I don't get along with this group or that group, or everyone always hurts me, or there's always someone who... You are the central point of attraction. You're the one picking the scenarios. And you go, well, listen, I signed up for a new job. How am I supposed to know the personalities? Well, the subliminal energy that is being sent out through you, the frequency of not good enough, and I don't love myself, and I deserve to be punished at the workforce and the workplace for 8 hours a day because somewhere inside I believe I suck, you're going to attract that. So if you can look in the mirror every day, are you ready? And you just look at you for all that you are. And we all have areas we know we want to work on, we want to shift. But it's a process, it's a journey. We're all growing, we're all changing, we're all evolving. So we can't look at one little thing and go, oh no, I know I've got to work on that. What are you going to focus on that for when you have so many aspects, so many attributes, so many magnificent qualities that represent you? So when you look in the mirror, first thing, before you brush your teeth, just look in the mirror. I know we'll be like, oh, well, I just woke up. My hair is a mess. Get away from all that. just look in the mirror and say, I love me. Oh, oh, I love me. And you feel pretty stupid saying it the first time, I can promise you. And then you look at the mirror and go, geez, I love me. I am spectacular. I absolutely, positively love me. And I love every aspect of me, and I love the process of the experience of the growth in me. And I love the fact that I am getting ready for a magnificent day, because today's the day. Wonderful experiences are going to come my way because I am worthy. I deserve it. I am the person who's the central point of attraction, and gee, I choose to attract magnificent experiences today. Yesterday's gone. I'm not going to worry about yesterday. That was then, and this is now. And in the moment of now, I love me. I absolutely, positively, totally love me. I dare you all. I double dare you. I triple dare you all to stand in front of your mirror and do a love song for you. Love you. And, you know, some people might be like, oh, you know, she's getting hokey. No, I'm not being hokey. If you can't love you, if you can't learn to love you, if you can't learn to respect yourself, how is someone else going to love you? How are we going to attract the partner? Because I know what's going to happen. Then 6 months later, oh, in the feed, no, it didn't work out. No, it's the same as the last story. Do you want to live the same story, or do you want to change the story? Everybody has their story. You choose to change the story. Rewire your brain. Rewire the self-talk. Rewire the story you're telling yourself. And gosh darn it, please rewire the story you're telling everyone else. You're like, oh yeah, I met somebody. Let me tell you about what happened with this one. Don't perpetuate the energy, because as you're telling the story to the person is putting their energy in the story. Their energy is fueling your story, and then from there, you are creating more of what you're saying you just are so glad to be out of, and can you believe, holy crow, it happened to me again. Think about that. You have this power within you to shift where you're at, and it begins with your thoughts and your words and saying, I am. I am worthy. I am great. I am magnificent. I am love. I am light. I am the central point of attraction, and today I am choosing to create conscious change. Don't be running around like the Walking Dead, unconscious. I'm choosing to create conscious change in everything I do, and I'm going to be aware. I'm going to be aware of my feelings and how I'm feeling, and how my feelings fluctuate during the day, and what I can do to redirect my thoughts and my feelings. I'm just going to be the gauge, just like the temperature gauge that determines when the air conditioning turns on. That's important here in South Florida. We need that to work. So we need the gauge to be reading it when things get a little too hot to handle, get a little too uncomfortable. We need that sense of light and coolness and bright, breezy air to come up on us, because otherwise we get caught in a sticky mess. How many of you are in a sticky mess? A lot of people are in a sticky mess because we are choosing to stay in a circle. So today, choose to come out of your story. Today, choose to write a new story and put it in the feed. I am creating a new story of happiness, joy, and love for me today. I am creating a new story of happiness, joy, and love for me today. There is nothing selfish in loving yourself. No one said you have to do for others and not do for yourself. Your cup must runneth over is the saying. If your cup isn't running over, you don't have anything to give anyone. Sorry, you don't. But oh wait, let me dig in my cup. Oh, there's my cup. All right. Oh yeah, let me give you the last little bit I have. And then you're like, oh my God, I'm so drained from life. Of course you are, because you're pulling from an empty cup. And then you create shallow, uncomfortable experiences. And then you create resentment within yourself. First you resent yourself, then you resent everyone you've done anything for. Has anyone here ever felt that, where you resent something you've done for someone because you're like, well, they don't appreciate me. I've done all this for them and they did nothing for me. Well, I'm always a good friend and nobody's a good friend for me. Well, then use the sense of discernment. Discern who you're going to do and what you're going to do for them. You've got to look at where you are. You've got to feel. So many of us are in this space in ourselves that we feel if we do and we do and we give and we give, and it's a form of control. I've got to tell you, we do and we do and we do and we give and we give and we give, then of course they're going to love me. Look what a great friend I am. Look what a perfect boyfriend or girlfriend I am. Let me give them everything. Okay. You do, you do, you do, and then what happens? And you don't love yourself. No one's going to love you because of what you do for them. No one. No one. The true person who loves you, the true love that you seek, is the person who loves you for who you are as you are and wants to expand on all levels of love. It's not by how you do love. It's by how you feel love. And love, well, we know love is patient and love is kind. And love doesn't judge. But we're human, so we're going to pass judgment. But as we love ourselves, then judgment becomes less important. We don't wonder where someone is in their journey. We just love them for who they are. And if who they are matches the love that we have for ourselves and enhances that love and takes it collectively to a higher level, then the world is a better place, then your life is a better place, then you feel better. It's all a journey, everyone. And it's all a journey of love. So how are we doing in the feed? Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Cheryl Gray says she feels crunched. Tina Calloway says, do things for the sake of doing them with no expectations. Blanca says, before I love everyone and last myself, but now I am first in everything. That's exactly right. Put yourself first. And it's not being selfish. You have to take care of you. And yes, you can do for others. Let's say you have a sandwich and you're not really hungry, but you do need to eat lunch. You have a choice. You can keep your sandwich to yourself, or you can choose to give the sandwich completely to someone else. But then later on, when you don't have enough fuel in your body and you're hungry, maybe you would have needed that sandwich. So in order to take care of yourself, and you might not have the ability, the resources to go get another sandwich. So how could you handle that? You could take the sandwich and break it in half. Half for you, half for them. But I know so many of you, endless list of people, endless, thousands of people that would give away their whole sandwich, which is a wonderful, generous thing to do. But in the end, you're not taking care of you. You have to take care of yourself. Because I got to tell you, if you're not looking out for you, nobody is. You've got to love yourself first. And by loving yourself first, then when you do give your sandwich away, you know that person's going to look out for you and give you their sandwich, and then you have balance. But so many of you are giving away everything about you, and the person doesn't care. The people don't care. The company doesn't care. You've given away your breath of life. You have one breath of life on this earth. And none of us really know how many days we have, do we? Well, I'm SarahSpiritual. I might have a clue. But all kidding aside, we don't really know. If a meteor hit today, where would we be? Toast crunch. That's what we'd be. So how would we know? We don't. So how can you take care of yourself? And if today were the day that was your last breath, did you live the day the way you wanted to? Many of us, probably most of us, would say no. You weren't with the person that you wanted to be. You weren't at the job that you wanted to be. You weren't doing the leisure things that you wanted. And I know sometimes life puts us in circumstances, conditions, situations, or our choices that lead to circumstances and conditions. I understand that, and sometimes it's difficult to change gears. I really understand. But you have a power inside of you that when you rewire your story, you change your story, suddenly the things that come to you support the supposed mess that you're in or uncomfortable circumstance or condition, will support it in a way that it will create opportunities for change, and you can take yourself out of that. Believe you're worthy for more than you have. Believe you're worthy for more than You can even imagine. I am worthy beyond measure. That means you just gave the universe permission to shower you with blessings, to shower you with the most magnificent love relationship you've ever wanted, to shower you with blessings of abundance, to shower you with support and friends and connections and expansion of consciousness and awareness and universal connectivity and universal wisdom and universal connection with the angels. You will be showered with that if you truly believe that you are loved beyond measure and that you are receiving blessings beyond measure at all times, always. And you are worthy beyond any human measure because you are an aspect of God. And that spark of energy, that spark of divine supreme essence that flows within you, entitles you. It is your birthright to have abundance, love, health, and blessings. Change your story. Everybody has a story. I think we're going to have a song coming out of that real soon today. So let's see what we've got going on here in the feed. And I know we're going to put some cards down here today. Hi, Jana Lynn. Good to see you. Carmen Lopez, Amanda, Melissa, Georgie is on. We've got Brianna. Hey, hey, yo, yo, ha, ha, she says. Hee, 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 ha, ha, hoo, hoo. Fa, la, 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 and a couple of fa, la, las. That's how we laugh the day away in the merry old land of Oz. I see munchkins. This is so much fun. Okay, are we ready for some group messages? And bring it on. Did you share the page?
Group messages.
Share the page, share the page, share the love, share the love. I got my special love cards in the Sarah Spiritual Sunday Funday Love Shack. Okay, we got our Love Shack going. Love Shack, baby, Love Shack. We got our love cards. I got to take this down, Helena, this beautiful one that you have here, because I want to mix them up. Who's ready?
It was just for testing.
It was testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. All right, is everyone ready who wants cards? Ah, Cheryl says my favorite movie. Yes, mine too. Somewhere over the rainbow.
My mom
way
has.
Up high.
My mom has like 100 Wizard of Oz Hallmark ornaments and puts all of them on the tree every single year.
There's a land that I heard of. Wow. Once in a lullaby.
Yeah.
Someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me. I see my cards right here before me, where troubles melt like lemon drops. I'm picking 3 from every spot. That's where you'll find me. All right, we've got 3 from the Universal Love cards.
Oh, I thought you were going to say they were from Auntie M.
Auntie M, Auntie M. Poppies. Poppies. As long as flying monkeys don't show up in our show today, we're doing good. Okay, and these are the romance angel cards. Yes, Helena?
Yes.
So we're going to take 3 of those.
I actually have one up right now. It's called, the card is Express Your Love.
Where is the love you said you'd give to me? Okay. Quiet, Sarah Spiritual. We are pulling cards. And, ooh, this one looks like it's going to be interesting. Just from the picture, I'm like, ooh, this, I like that one. Ooh, which one do I want to pick? I want to pick this one. Okay, we've got our little heart love cards. I can tell you that the angels are here. And we've got Shamuel here. Tell everyone about Shamuel, Helena, while I get these cards all organized.
Shamuel.
Shamuel. She's going to be a New Yorker. Shamuel.
All right.
Archangel Shamuel.
You know, he's going to give you some love, and not just any kind of love.
Unconditional love.
Unconditional love, which is the one you want, because you got conditions on there, they're no good. No good. Throw them out.
Okay.
Does that cover it?
Well, what products do we have, Helena? Like,
There. Well, There's the Archangel Shamuel collection, which includes the bath, mist, and
The spray.
oil.
Wait. You know what, Sarah? Spiritual, unconditional love. I got a mist me.
We need.
I'm going to be like.
We need smell book.
Smell book?
Yeah, like
Oh my
Facebook,
God.
but for
Smell
smells.
book. This smells so good. Archangel Shamuel will bring you love. See the pretty girl in that mirror there. Love. And then I have our Archangel Shamuel oil. Are you going to put the camera here? Or are you
I
gonna...
can.
Well, hello.
can.
What do you think I'm moving the product for?
I didn't even see that. Oh, can you
let me
see
move
it? Yeah, there
back.
you go.
There we
Oh
go.
yeah, oh yeah.
Archangel Shamuel bath, our oil, and our spray.
I heard you got a couple of candles over there too with
Yeah.
his name on it, and
Okay, so
one
that's
time there was a
beautiful.
bath bomb. Archangel
And then this is our Archangel Shamuel statue. Isn't that beautiful? I'm going to put it over here for a minute.
She's like, I love these statues.
Beautiful. Archangel Shamuel, unconditional love. Okay. They're like, Sarah, you have the reading cards down. Please get to the reading. I can hear my people in my head. They're like, Sarah, could you please do the reading? Do the reading, Sarah. Okay. Put this back over here. All right. So, you ready for your reading?
Yes.
Okay. Universal love card, number 1. We got love, retreat. You need to go on a retreat. It's time to retreat. Retreat and nurture self, nurture love. So I think that's very appropriate with what we were just saying. And then we have sacred union. Somebody's got love coming up. Sacred union of two people bringing love together. It's a time. This is the time. It's actually a very important time for creating new love relationships. I don't know if you know that, but if I were you, I would get cracking. And then let go of control issues. Well, we could write a book on this one. Okay? How many people got to let go of some control issues here?
Maybe I got one of those to throw out.
Yeah, control issues, right? Love is not about controlling another person. Love is about enjoying who they are. And love, when we control, we really are actually in the space of very insecure moments. Then we also have here soulmate. So soulmate energy is really popping right around now in this energy. So we want to create the energy of a soulmate for you in this time. So how many of you are looking for your soulmate? That's a beautiful card. I love that.
Yes.
I love that energy of the card. It's so beautiful. It's great. And then we have here for all of you, ask for and accept support from others. Let your friends help you. This is a lesson that even SarahSpiritual is learning. How to let people help me. See, I'm not too big to admit what I got to work on. It's not always easy to accept help from others. But we have to learn to let other people do for us and help us. We have to let people, I like the word assist us on the journey of life. Because everyone has a gift. They bring their talents and they bring their expertise. And for us to allow people to come in our lives and provide balance and at times assistance. Sometimes we've got to let go and let other people do it for us. I've been working on that for a while. And then we have here, your feelings are real and worth exploring. Do you have, how many of you here watching have potential romantic feelings for someone? Now's the time. I heard your thoughts in my head, Helena. Now's the time. So if you have romantic feelings for someone, now's the time to explore. And you know how in life we play these games, like I don't want to tell them what I'm thinking, I don't want to tell them what I'm feeling, because if they know what I'm thinking and feeling, then they have the upper hand. Authenticity, transparency. Of course you have to be sure that you're in a connection that's safe for you to express yourself. You do have to put your toe in to test the water a bit. I'm not saying just run up to someone and say, you know, I've been thinking about you for so long and I really like you a lot and I really hope you like me because I really just love you. And they'll be like, cray cray. No, I'm not telling you to do that. But when you're creating this space between someone, if you love them or you want them to know that you love them or you have feelings for them or that there's an interest or connection, you want to share that. We're often taught to play these games and they don't really work out that way. Now for our love cards. Power. You instinctively know what is right for you. You have the power to say no or walk away at any time. So many of you are in relationships that you're trapped and you gave up your power and you don't know how to regain your power. You don't know how to walk away or say no. The true art of loving oneself is learning how to say no. I'm going to put that right there. Actually, I want to give it its own spot here. It's such a beautiful card. Is that good for you, Helena?
Yep. Just got to lean it to the side like that.
Okay. Because it doesn't stand up.
Yeah, the heart shape.
I figured that out. A message for you. I'm thinking of you this very moment. Your love fills me with light. I love you. So who do you want to say, I'm thinking of you this very moment. Your love fills me with light and I love you. And I invite all of you to start by saying this to yourself. Look at yourself and say, I'm thinking of you. I'm thinking of me. This very moment I am thinking of me. And my love fills me with light and I love me. Then say it to someone. I'm thinking of you. And at this very moment, this very instant, your love fills me with light and I love you. A beautiful thing to say to someone. And our final card here before we go to our individual readings. Don't make decisions based on guilt or what you think you should do, for it is only in being true to yourself that you can be true to others. Were these angels and everyone listening to what we were saying moving forward in the beginning of this program? I think they were, because every card we picked is truly the connection of this energy of what we spoke of. Yes, Helena?
I say that hits it right on the head.
It does. It absolutely does. Absolutely does. And I want to kind of place these. I'm going to put them down here.
Yeah, let me help you out here. You can see them a little differently. We've
There we
got
go.
different views on
Give
the
us
show.
different views.
Oh, let me get up and close here. I'll hand hold it for
They're
a minute.
so beautiful. I love them. Let me go like this here for you.
Look at those new nails.
Look at my new nails. I love my nails. Oh my God.
Love colors.
Yes, we got love colors. We've got this like amazing fuchsia, this purple.
Show it under the
this
camera
gold.
with the cards.
There we go. There's the nail. This week's nails, everyone, live from Sarah Spiritual. All right, are we ready for our... We're like, all right, she's so crazy. It's Sunday. I get to do whatever I want.
Sunday.
I'm not working now, you see. I'm just playing with all of you. I am playing with all of you. All right.
All on this Sunday, fun day. We need a theme song.
Sunday fun day. All right, so we were talking about changing your story. So how many of you want to change your story, and how many of you want me to give you some insight on your story while Helena's loading up some questions? Please, if you are here, we ask a few things. One, birth date. Question. I like some specific question because it makes it easier for me to get up and keep the party rolling. And I want to know if you're new. I like to know that. I like to know where you're from. Always like to know who's coming from where. Thank you for sharing the page. So I would love if you share the page. We have a goal, 144. You know the drill. Share the page. And we appreciate you sharing the page. And we would love to say, oh, if you share the page, I definitely get to your question. But the questions load up rather quickly. And so I just appreciate you sharing the page. And I will answer as many questions as possible. And forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. I love you, romance angels. We are ready. We are going to do some channeling. We have some music. And if you're interested in learning how to create love in your life, you might want to download Sarah Spiritual's Divine Love Connection spiritual class. Humans desire love, and love is the answer. This is beautiful. This was designed by our media person, Tony, designed this beautiful cover. We were just talking about this on our CD. Magnificent. And Sarah Spiritual teaches you how to create love, because love is the answer. So if you're looking to shift your consciousness energy of love, download the class and join us in the journey of love. So we've got a story here. So I'm going to write a story song for you. Helena, line up the questions, but I'm going to write a story song for everyone. Everyone ready? You want a song? Shall we sing you a song? Sing us the song, you're the piano man. Sing us the song tonight. But we're not going to do that. Oh, Iris is in Switzerland. Thank you, Iris, for joining us in Switzerland. There's a story that you're telling you. There's a story that's playing. Don't you listen to the story that brings you down. 'Cause you can change your story at any time. Just take the moment to see the love and tell a story to you. How love will shine, how love will grow, how you will know just who you are. So change the story right here and now, 'cause you can write a story in time. And you can write your fairy tale rhyme. That's your story song, everyone. We are ready. The angels are in the building. Shoot, I can feel them. They are here today. The peeps are in the building. And let's go. What do we got, Helena? Whew, we're going to bang out some questions. How many pages of questions do you have so far?
Total pages of comments 26, but I got 3 pages of comments.
Of questions?
Of questions, yes.
All right, let's go.
We're going to start with Miss Melissa Polk.
Yes.
She says, I know you told me that my surgeries will be okay, but the process has her worried. Will the surgery center work with her financially, even with insurance? She still has to dish out some cash, and she really needs the operation now. Anything on what's going on? And she's also about to move into a new apartment next week.
Yeah, and she says, shaking my head, right? She's like,
or her head is spinning.
Yeah, her head's spinning. You're overwhelmed, and we understand that. And, you know, I have to tell you, Melissa, when we're in the energy, the first energy you want to focus on is you're worrying about the money will come. What is the worst that happens? You have to pay them after for something, that you owe them something. That gives the universe time to give it to you. Your number one priority is to see yourself surrounded with love, light, and divine healing. The money will come. It's the currency, the energy that fuels the entire planet. So I understand if you are saying to yourself, everything's working out for me, something will happen. They may tell you about a program that will assist you in the balance of the copay. You don't know, but in the story you're telling yourself, I don't know what I'm going to do. So in the story, in this moment right now, we're going to rewrite Melissa's story. And if you have a story similar to Melissa's, I invite you to rewrite the story along with her, but your version, and say, in this moment of now, I choose to write my story as I am the woman, the man, the person who is abundant beyond measure. And whatever comes my way of financial responsibility, I know that I'm always taken care of. And the divine current of the universe flows to me with ease and grace. And I have open arms in receptivity for all the experiences. Because I am light, because I am love, because I am divine child of the divine creator, I am the energy attracting healing, love, and light, and finances flow easily around me. So Melissa, yes, I know, and I know it's a process, and I know it's not easy, but one step at a time, and you will be fine. And congratulations on your new apartment. This is a new beginning, a fresh start, and focus on healing. Focus on loving yourself, and everything will be great. Who else do we have?
I wanted to go all the way back. I'm on another page.
Okay.
Where did she go? I have so many new people coming in as well.
Welcome if you're new. Thank you so much for joining us. And let me know how you heard about us. I love to hear how you heard about us. I love that. Thank you, Lynn. She says beautiful singing. We got quite a few new people.
Yes. I have Emma Very from the UK next. She says she has bipolar and she's wondering if she will ever heal from her illness.
You know, that's a great question. So I know that there's wonderful medications that are out there that assist us. And I know that for many people, it's uncomfortable to take that medication and feel it. And it does take time to get the right medication. You can heal from the illness. You can find the right balance to make things more comfortable, more manageable. But when we allow the emotions and the energy and the wiring of the brain, which is our control center, right? It's like the data in the computer, right? And we were talking earlier about the processor in the computer, because we were looking at computers earlier, and we were talking about the RAM, and we were talking about the graphics card. We were talking about all the workings of the computer and what we really need to work at our greatest capacity. So what you need to do is supplement within yourself, Emma, the items, the herbs, the medicines, and the self-love and self-talk that allow all the wirings and the mechanisms within the brain, within the emotions, within the physical body to respond and act in a consistent manner so that they can work at peak performance. Yes, you can. And as you look at the label of bipolar, and I'm not a doctor, I'm not a psychiatrist, I'm not giving you any medical advice, but if you look at the label, there's a lot of stigma to it. And we begin to tell ourselves a story of I'm not well, I have imbalances, I'm challenged, and it's whatever you're telling yourself about this. So you say, I'm healed. And for whatever reason, remember the angel said there's no imperfection, so for whatever reason, there is an aspect of you that is experiencing this for your greater good, and for you to embrace what the human side of us might view as something that needs healing and redirection and clearing. But in this moment, that is where you are. And yes, there is healing coming for you. But in this moment where you are, be content knowing that this is an important aspect of your journey, and it is for you to be able to go within and recognize the healing within, the tools within, so that you can realign yourself with the universal force of healing of the universe, so that you can realign yourself, Miss Emma, with the energy of who you are, the God in you, the supreme energy within you that can radiate light in any area of darkness. So when those moods come over you that you feel less than and down, and before you peak up, you have the power. You have the spark in you to lift yourself up. So be the light that lifts yourself up. And yes, I do feel a balancing, a moderation of it, and a healing coming for you. Thank you, Emma, for joining us in the UK. Thank you. I know it's getting a little later there, so thank you for joining us. I greatly, greatly appreciate that. Who else do we have?
Next, I want to go to Caitlin Nichols.
Hi, Caitlin. Caitlin's new, right?
I believe so.
Welcome, Caitlin. Good to see you here on our feed. I love feedback when we answer your questions, so just let us know that we connect. It's great to know. Thank you.
Caitlin's asking about her love life. She just found out the man she's been forming a connection with is now dating another woman.
What? Give me his name, I'll call him. No, I'm kidding. We'll just have to beat him with a noodle. Okay, so we found out that a man you're forming a connection is dating another woman. Now, we also need to know what are the playing grounds of this. Are we exclusive or are we dating? If you're dating, you're dating. They may be dating someone else. You don't know. I mean, did you make a plan? Did you make a commitment? Did someone give you their heart and say, I'm committed to you? So there's not much that you can do if he's dating another woman, except choose if you want to be involved with someone who's dating another woman. If you want to be someone thinking, well, I want to spend time with him and get to know him, and the fact that he is still uncertain as to who he wants to be with and he's still exploring is okay with me, because I, Caitlin, am exploring the possibilities of who I want to be with, and he's just someone I'm exploring it with, then it's okay. But if this is a relationship that has moved on, and we've a little bit further down the path together, and we've spoken things and had conversations and maybe experienced things that make you feel that you deserve to be the exclusive person, and that's not comfortable for you, then walk on by. But I'm going to give you some insight on what's going on with you, because he has a lot of issues. He's got issues, honey. He's got issues. That's not judgment. His vibe is he runs hot and cold, and he can be a little tough to handle here. For you, you're a very loyal, easy person, and you're very pragmatic, analytical, very direct. You know what you want, and you kind of live in a world with boundaries, and this is really tipping the boundaries for you. So I feel that this is very uncomfortable for you. You are on a new clean slate, a new beginning, a new cycle. This 2019 has been for you. Last year I feel was kind of a roller coaster for you. So when I move you into this end of the year, into 2020, end of 2019 into 2020, I will tell you that there's divine love partnership coming for you. So if this isn't feeling comfortable for you, because only you can say, and there isn't something that we can do to shift it because he's made a choice and you're finding out about it, then that's not the person you want to be with. Then choose to free yourself up knowing that a greater love who's ready to be with you as one will come your way. Thank you so much, Caitlin. Welcome to our feed. Give me some feedback in the feed. Thank you for joining us. Who else do we have here?
Next, I have Christian Johnson. He needs your help and guidance about the career.
Ooh.
Should I transfer to another location? I don't like the energy.
Energy, energy, energy. First of all, Christian Johnson, I want you to know that your birthday, the month, hear me now, the month and the day, Christian Johnson, don't know what city or state you live in, but whatever state you live in, if they have a cash 3, it is a number that usually comes out in the summer. I did mention it to someone who lives in a state, and it did come out. So I want you to pay attention because I know that number. I like your birthday. It's a good number. So Christian, let's work on manifesting some magical money. But Christian, you can transfer to another location. However, skip down the path with me, Christian. You ready? Let's go down the path. Christian, the vibe there sucks. I get you. But let me tell you this, that there's changes that are going on, and some of the muck that's running around, muck with mouths is how they show it to me, like, ugh. Some of that density is going to disperse, and I feel like there's going to be some changes there. So if there's another reason why you want to stay, and you feel it benefits you not to leave, and if you're only leaving because the energy is ick, give it a little time, because I think some of the parties that are creating the disharmony are going to just kind of do themselves in, and they're going to be not a part of the equation. You can move, but make sure you move not just because the energy is bad, because that energy can and will change, because they are kind of self-fulfilling density prophecy of muck. But if there's other things that will benefit you by changing, then make the change. Don't change just because of the energy. Thank you, Christian Johnson, and play that number. It's going to be a good one. Who else do we have here? Now everyone's like running through the feed. What's the birthday? What's the number? Let me look.
Next, we have Amanda Jo Norris.
Hi, Amanda Jo.
She's asking, when will I connect with my angels and hear from them clearer?
Okay, that's a great question. You know, Amanda Jo, not everybody hears the angels. Not everybody hears. There's different ways, and I love your question. It's a great teaching question. There's a lot of ways that the angels will speak to us. So we may hear them, we may feel them. You know, sometimes my angels kind of go like, oh, hello, Sarah Spiritual, pay attention to me. The other way is that you have a thought process, and as you're thinking, there's a train of thought that you know is not yours. You just know things. Sometimes that's how your angels are talking to you. So there's so many people waiting to hear an outside voice that says this. Hello, Amanda, this is your angel. I'm so excited. I wanted to tell you to go do this, or don't pay attention to this person. It doesn't always work that way. So ask your angels and tap into your knowing. Drop down into the center and the core of your being. Close your eyes. Meditate and breathe for a while. I say this to you, Amanda, and everyone watching, and just ask your angels, how shall I know it is you? And how can I communicate with you best and feel you and know your presence? You may feel a warm breeze. You may feel a warmth. You may feel a coolness. Notice what you notice, because if you ask your angels a question, should I do this? And then you feel the feeling of what that feeling is, that they've said, this is how I communicate with you, then you have your answer. You can ask yes or no questions. It's not often, not everybody gets a steady flow of conversation. Like I have 6 conversations going on in my head at all times. It's crazy. But I hear what I'm going to say to you. I'm also hearing something that's coming up for probably the next question. I'm hearing from multiple guides on multiple levels. And it's, how do I compare it to the computer, Helena? It's like multiple processing systems are going on at the same time and then sending out signals to multiple locations. That's just how I process it because of who I am, the way I process life. So for you, it may be more of a feeling. And the easiest way to trust is to drop down, feel the energy, and in that, ask them, give me a thought or a word that is different, having nothing to do with what I was thinking or doing just before I asked you for this assistance, and they may give you a word. They may say green, they may say blue, they may say butterfly, they may say dragonfly, and you're like, wow, all of a sudden a word popped in my head. Whatever you're doing, you probably weren't thinking about a dragonfly. Not, most people aren't running around their house going, dragonfly, right? So that's their way of helping you and saying, oh, they gave you this word. So that's how you bridge. It's a bridge of connection. And the next time I offer my talking to the angels classes or my mediumship classes or my apprentice class, you know, as you follow the feed, if it's of interest to you, join, because we teach you how to build the bridge of connection. A lot of people connect, but there's a deeper way of connecting, and that's what you're asking for. So being still, asking them to give you signs of different ways of communication that may not be quite hearing them and connecting with them in that way. So work through that. You may never quite hear an outside voice, but you will learn to hear a thought process or a word or a statement that has nothing to do with anything you were thinking before, and you know that that's them giving you information, whether it's for yourself or for you to impart upon someone else. I remember the first time I had an external experience with the angels and with my guides. I wasn't doing this for a living. This was not who I was. I was senior sales director of Mary Kay. I had my unit of people that I was mentoring. We had a pink Cadillac. It was a great time in my life, and I really loved doing the work of working with Mary Kay and empowering women. And there was a woman who came in, and she was going through a scenario, and her scenario was like, oh, really? I couldn't relate to her scenario. And it was interesting. I heard a voice. It was a thought, but it was a voice that was a different thought, a different sound. It wasn't like how I would hear myself talking to myself. And it said, pay attention to this because someday this is going to be you. I was like, what was that? And sure enough, it was a foretelling of an experience that I was going to have later on in life. And I was just like, so here I am baffled by this woman telling me the story of what she's engaging and enduring. And I'm thinking, well, that's weird. Like, how is that happening? And spirit came right in, and I didn't know there was such a thing as a spirit talking to me. I'm like, what was that? And then as I was living the experience, I was like, wow, I had a warning, I had a foretelling. So ask them to always give you their insight, and they will. So it's interesting how they work with all of us. So thank you for that question, a great teaching point. So I really appreciate that question. Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for your questions and joining us. If you can, share the feed for us. We'd love to have you share the feed in different groups and things that maybe aren't familiar with our Sunday Funday and our journey here, because we just have so much fun. How are we doing here, Helena?
We're doing good. I'm going to go to YouTube next. We haven't heard from YouTube in a while. We got Rogelio.
Hi, Rogelio. How are you? Thank you for joining us again.
All the way in Texas. His questions regarding career. Will he be leaving his company he's at soon? There's been some changes recently.
You know, I know you've been looking for an up-leveling, and this may give you the opportunity to up-level. However, let's look at the changes, because the changes may be making room for you in the organization in a different capacity, which may give you room to grow. I feel like there's two major changes that are coming. I'm given two people actually who are creating or part of the change or being changed out of there. So is it a time for you to move to a new company, for you to make a change? It is really a time for you to ask what's important to you and what you want your life to look like moving forward. And as you ride out to the month of October, November, this is a time for potential change. Change is best had in the 2020 time, but of course if things get a little too hot to handle, of course we want to get out. And how can you facilitate a shift and a change? Write down, what is it you would like to accomplish next in the career? What aspects would you like your career to encapsulate in the experience of what you want to create for yourself? What's the next level? What's the next pay that you'd like to accomplish? What flexibility do you want in your career? And then begin to look online, begin to look at other jobs and see what offers that, and begin to send your resume out. This way you've already begun a process, and what you're doing is, it's not so much about preparing in case the worst happens, because you're always going to be fine. It's creating the aspects that we would like to have in, so the universe can begin to align to you the perfect next step, the perfect experience for you. And the exercise, although a lot of us will say we're covering our bases, we'll make sure we're already out looking for a job. So if we have to find a new job or something good comes up, we're already prepared, we're ahead of the curve. Smart business thinking, I can appreciate that. But from a spiritual perspective, from a universal perspective, from our not pushing to make anything happen. You are sending up this energy to the universe saying, ideally, if I had all my dithers, I could do whatever I wanted. Ideally, my ideal job would look like this. And that's what you focus on. And you go to work and you watch the changes, you go, oof, it's a little crazy here. And you just keep focusing on the fulfillment of what you do in your current job and how you can grow that into the ideal job. Don't focus on the things that are going wrong in the job. Focus on what is working for you and the aspects that you love and how it is preparing you for what you desire next. And who knows, it may just happen right in the organization in a different role. One never knows. Rogelio does one. All right, maybe Sarah Spiritual does. But be open, see if you can ride it out to this October, November time before making any changes. Also being aware that October 31st, Halloween, begins Mercury retrograde again. I know, shoot, let me fan myself from that craziness. Oh, Lord. We just got done with Mercury retrograde. I'm just warning you, it's coming back around again, October 31st. Get your acts together, people. It's going to be a rocky ride. So we're just going to get ready. So Rogelio, try not to start a job between October 31st and November 30th, because that's not a good time to start a job. So now do you see why I'm telling you try to hang on till 2020, kid? Try to hang on, please. Thank you, Rogelio, for visiting us on YouTube. So glad to have you back on board. Thank you. How's everyone doing here? Oh, my goodness, we got some wonderful people here. Hello, everybody. Anita's like, need twin flame. She's like, need twin flame. I know. Line them up here. There's a lot of twin flames flying out there. But not everybody's ready for their twin flame. Everyone's going, I want a twin flame. You got to be ready for the twin flame. Spiritually, emotionally, everything. Everything. All right, we've got a lot of talk going on here.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of chatting going on over here.
A lot of chat going on here.
A lot of support for Melissa and Danielle.
Yes.
A lot of people going through some tough situations out there.
Yes.
So that'll be good.
And we got the Netherlands here with us. I'm so excited. Thank you. All right, Helena, what do you have next?
I got Carmen Lopez. She's wondering if she should give this person who's trying to come into her life a chance.
Carmen. Oh, Dios mío, Carmen. Let me tell you a story. Honey, you give everybody a chance. You are not going to get hurt. You are so afraid of getting hurt, you're going to get yourself hurt. Pure and simple. You give everybody the opportunity to show you who you are. Pop some popcorn, girlfriend. Just so much popcorn. Well, if they want to meet you, meet you. You want to hang with them? Hang with them. You enjoy their company? Enjoy their company. If they show you a side of them that you like, continue. When they show you something that doesn't match, you're not getting hurt. You're just going, oh, not working for me. Next. Carmen, you get emotionally involved too soon, like, oh my God. Don't emotionally involve yourself until you know who the person is. I've seen you dive head first into something, and then you have something very specific, Carmen Lopez, that you are looking for in a relationship. You have a very clear understanding, but you also have an experience, and if you think of what I was saying at the beginning of the show, a lot of patterns of people betraying you, not you getting hurt, people not honoring your word, people gossiping, people not honoring who you are. So we need to look at who we're attracting and why we're attracting those experiences. And when we are worried about people betraying us and hurting us and disappointing us, we kind of tend to still attract that. But if you like what the person's showing you, then allow them to show you who they are. And if at any point who they are doesn't make you happy, then it's okay. Then you just say it's not working. You don't allow them the opportunity to destroy you because you're not giving them every aspect of yourself just yet, because you're learning to attract a better connection. It's a process. Because when you come from the place of feeling broken in your relationships, you're going to attract someone else who has been broken in a relationship, or who is experiencing a lot of their own inner broken experiences, their own fragmentations, their own disappointments. So if they're not feeling whole about themselves, then guess what? You're going to attract that, and those two broken pieces are going to hook into each other, and then we have this combustion, and that's where things get out of sorts. When I look at the person's birthday, You know, I see a grounded person. I see someone who wants to be intense in their heart and feel good feelings. I don't have their year, so you didn't give me their year, so I don't know how old they are in their journey. But when I look at their soul journey, I mean, but when I look at the energy of who they are, let them come into your life. It's like, okay, just because I let someone come in my front door and sit on my couch doesn't mean they're moving in. Doesn't mean they get to eat everything in my refrigerator. It don't mean you're staying. It just means you came in and sat on my couch. Open the door. Let them see. Because you're learning what it is you want. You're learning to love yourself and create the boundaries of what works for you and what doesn't work for you. If something doesn't fly, then you say, hey, you know what? If that's how you are, I can appreciate it, but that doesn't work for me. And if the person cares and they want to make an adjustment, then they will. If not, you have to love yourself enough to say, hey, well, that's cool. Glad you're that way, but that ain't flying with me. And they get to decide whether they want to be there. There's no harm in that. Because you don't have to judge them. You just need to be aware of what works for you. But let them in the front door, please. Good Lord, woman.
His year is the same year as hers.
Same year. Okay. So, yeah, you know what? He's looking, you're both ready on many levels. He has a story. You want to hear his story. He's got a couple stories. He's been through a lot, you've been through a lot. Let's hear our stories and let's see if we've both evolved from our stories. And everyone listening, we are not our story, right? We're not our story. We can always be evolving and changing our story. And I say this to everyone. Wherever you are, wherever someone else is, we can choose to morph and adjust together if that's what we choose to do. But there has to be a level of compatibility, there has to be a level of mutual respect, understanding, and there has to be a very loving intent while we are growing to love someone. There has to be intent, positive intent on both parties' part. And any minute in a relationship, if someone's intent is not positive, get the heck out. Done. We're out. Out the door. Done. Okay, who else do we have?
Freddie popped in. He's asking, when will Sarah Spiritual be on TV?
Oh, Freddie, you're cracking me up. I don't know. You tell me. You're my producer. But actually, Sarah Spiritual would love to be on TV, so we'll have to work on that. But we'll kind of put that in the year of 2020, Mr. Freddie. Put that in. Thank you for joining us with your question. Too cute to have the producer on. 2020, we'll set the intention for that, Freddie. Thank you so much. I remember when I met Freddie at our other radio station, WBZT, and I don't know if you remember this, Freddie, you said to me in the studio, you said, you know, you're going to be on TV, and I want to be a part of it. So, work your magic, Freddie. You're the producer. Thank you so much for joining us, Freddie. Who else do we have?
I'm going to YouTube. I got Mrs. Fergosa.
Mrs. Fergosa.
About her and her son. She says there's a lot going on inside of him and she feels he needs to let it out and she just needs some help to understand what's going on.
Okay, the first thing I'm made aware of is that your son has a lot of anxiety for such a young age. I see a lot of anxiety, a lot of emotional turmoil, actually a lot of anger. I see him angry and moody and disruptive inside. He needs to let it out, and you want to help him, and you want to understand, Mrs. Fergosa. So I say this to you. Your son needs an outlet. Your son needs to know that he feels safe. And he also needs something in his emotional processing. He needs to feel safe in the emotional processing experience of what he's encountering. He's come in, his soul, if I could say this to you, his soul came in this level of density of a lot of experiences that maybe were uncomfortable for him in other lifetimes, if you believe the soul's a continuum of time. But what I do see around him is that he has this amazing capacity to love. There's a great intuitiveness with your son, a lot of empathic energy with him, and he's really picking up on a lot of the uneasiness that's going on, particularly around relationships, family unit, things around you guys. I don't know what's going on in the personal scenario. Spirit's not quite giving me all that information fast enough. But I feel around you all that whatever shifts and changes your son's going through. So what can you do? Counseling is important. Things to keep the energy very light and airy, spiritual cleansing, spiritual energy, spiritual bath, spiritual spray for him. The little kids are so cute. I know he's not that little, but the kids are so cute. I give them my good vibration spray, and they're like, Miss Sarah, I sprayed my backpack 3 times, and I was so good in school today. You need to give them something that they feel the energy, they feel the shift, and then it's something that is helping them. He feels, for whatever reason, your son feels helpless and hopeless. And that's kind of uncomfortable for a young man who's, in his early teens. I understand we feel that way, but he's got a lot going on. He feels like he doesn't fit in. I don't know if he's been bullied, but he really isn't feeling like he blends. So sometimes we have to take them and to put them in a different environment, a different school environment. There's a lot of options here for you, but one thing is for you to be a safe haven for him and someone who's going to talk to him and listen without telling him what you think he should do. Just listen to him. He's processing a lot of emotions. And I actually feel in the past 3 years there's been a lot of changes around you in the unit, in the family, whatever the changes have been. And this has also been fueling that. Thank you so much. If you'd like to talk about this offline, I'd love to. Perhaps we can do a session. And I don't know if you're local, but we might be able to suggest some things that I can recommend you do for him to help him in the process as well. Thank you so much for your question. Who else do we have here?
I want to go to our lovely friend, Lynn Wheatman.
Yes.
Almost her bedtime. She'd love a message about love. She's at a crossroads in life in every way. Which way?
You know, Lynn, it's time for a lot of positive change for you in this time. And this time for you, it's really interesting. But when I look at this, let me just do something here for you. Yeah, you're at a crossroad because you're closing out a cycle of your life. So what do you do in the crossroad? I'll tell you right now. Number 1, if it ain't working, don't keep trying to make it work. If it doesn't make you feel good, let it go. If it's not aligning with what you feel you want to do next in your life, find a way to navigate out of there to create what you want. It's time for move. It's time for change. And with regard to love, love. The best love for you is someone who allows you to be yourself, allows you to have your independence, and that you feel there's a trust. And I don't feel like we've always had this trust in the relationships that we've been in. And I feel like you've given more than you've gotten in love relationships. So now it's to find the vibration or create the vibration of balance in love. Anything is not in synergy, in alignment with you, time to make a change. And the changes sometimes are uncomfortable, Lynn, but I will tell you this, and we've all made uncomfortable changes. When we are uncomfortable with change, if we don't make the change, everyone hear me, if you're not in a place that you're happy and you're uncomfortable and you keep building in the uncomfortability and the universe feels you, the universe hears you, oh, I can't believe I'm doing this, I don't like this, oh my God. And we complain and we worry and we angst and we get all upset and we're just in this ambiguity, this uncomfortable feeling, then eventually the universe helps orchestrate something that forces your hand. And a force of the hand is what brought me here, which, okay, that worked out well. But sometimes the force of the hand gets really uncomfortable, and the journey can get really uncomfortable to get you to where you ultimately go. So if you're feeling like you need to change, and this goes for everyone, if you're feeling like you need to change, then just change. Just make the change, because the minute you choose to change, let go of one thing, let go of one idea, let go of one concept, let go of one person in your life that doesn't feel good for you. Let go of one thing, and you open the doors for a whole new opportunity. One thing, it's almost like because we change one thing, everything shifts over and it makes space for many new things to come. Pick one thing and change, everything else would change. And I actually see the journey of 2020 and 2021 for you, Lynn, as a time of love. So thank you for your question. Who else do we have here?
Next, I want to go to Phoenix Rose Wilder.
Phoenix Rose.
She's up in Gainesville.
Some say love, it is a river that I'm singing the rose. Okay, I'm sorry.
That's actually really funny because she writes, "What's the best way to improve my life? I feel like I'm drowning. Every step I take
Oh my
is on
God.
sand."
Some say love, it is a river that, what's the next word?
Drowns
What's the next?
the tender reed.
Some say love, it is a hunger, right? Whatever. What's next?
There's like 3 different
Some
ones.
say love. Okay, And to think I used to perform that song, I just can't pull it up. Becomes the rose. So here is Phoenix Rose Wilder trying to become the rose. I love it. Love it. So I know you're feeling as if you're drowning every time you take a step in the sand. And it's interesting. I was listening to a song that I wrote, and I don't think you have this song, Helena, called Waves. When the waves come crashing down and the waves of time wash over me. Sometimes we need to let things just wash over you and let it pass. I'm going to see if I can send it to you, Helena. But it's a really important time for you to really, at this time, focus on one thing that is your wish, your desire. You are overwhelmed is the word that they give me, overwhelmed. And you are going through a rebirth, an awakening, and a closing out of a chapter of your life. Interesting. Very much like Lynn Wheatman, we are closing out the levels and the chapters of your life. You are closing out a 9-year cycle. So no wonder you're drowning, because it's pushing you to let go and release whatever no longer serves you. So my suggestion to you in this moment of time is for you to focus on one aspect that you want to create, that you have the power to create. And as you do that, trust that that will be your life preserver, that will pull you up over the sands. And we're going to play the waves if Helena can download it fast enough. We'll try to play that at the end. I just sent it to her in an email.
You know I'm going to get it.
I know you're going to get it. I was like, because it's a great song, and I had actually sent it to someone, and we were listening to it, and I was like, wow, you know what? I forgot how great that song was. So it's powerful. You're closing out old chapters, Rose, Phoenix Rose, so please, just let it wash over you. And if you feel like you're drowning, just know that some aspect of what you desire is the glimmer that you hold on to, and it'll pass over you. I can tell you that as you close out of September 30th, things begin to shift. So you've got a little more time of uncomfortability, and call upon the angels, call upon the air.
Let me get that one down here. I want to go. Everybody's
Thank you,
asking
for
good
joining us.
questions.
And let's see, can we share the page? Did we share the page?
We got quite a few shares, actually. We've got 113 going on right now.
Oh, wow. We want to get to 144. Can I hear 144? We got 113, 113. Can we get to 114, 114? Going once, going twice, let's get to 114. Let's get up to 115, 115. Going up, going up, going up. Like, can I hear 120? Give me 120, give me 120. Oh, yes, indeed. All right, 144, everyone. Yes, what do we got?
I'm going to Hope Thomas. I believe she's new.
See, I got to work at an auction house next. That's my next job.
We got Hope Thomas next. She's
Hope.
asking, what do you see for my love life for the rest of 2019?
I feel like your love life has gone through a series of shifts and changes. Growing together can get uncomfortable, and sometimes in the growing together, we kind of push apart. I feel like we are looking to be understood and heard a little better in relationship. And Hope, when I move you through this year, I really feel that loving yourself will be the priority, and then you will decide if the rest of the year of your love relationship will be the right move for you in what comes next. Hope, have hope, please. Have hope and love, and trust that everything will work out for you. I feel like this is a test of love for you right now. And if the relationship can stand together, stand apart, if connections can work or not work, there's some misfiring in the love department. If we can line things up, it'll work. If not, we will go through a complete rehaul, reevaluation, coming out of November into December for new love to come in. So really look at what does Hope Thomas want, and What's that song? Don't give up on us, baby. Don't give up on hope. Don't give up on love. Just give it one more try before you throw the towel in. Thank you, Hope Thomas, for your Facebook question. Who else do we have?
I believe you know him. He just goes by the name of Defrick.
Hey, Defrick. Happy birthday. It was Defrick's birthday the other day.
Birthday boy.
Yes.
He just wanted to make sure he's still on track.
You are Defrick, and you're learning to draw lines and boundaries in the sand, and you're honoring yourself, and you're sharing. You're sharing who you are with the world. They either like it or hashtag don't like it. We don't care, because you're being your true, authentic self, and you're really getting a good idea of who your friends are. And I feel as if, for now, you are visualizing life totally different than the life you're living, and that's a great thing. If money were no object, if you could do or be anything, what would that be? Well, I know what that is. So just move yourself forward in the direction of the fulfilled living that you desire, knowing that everything you're doing is a building block, a stepping stone to the greatness that is you. It's going to be a great, great time for you. When I look at the energy, I see this year as a brand new start, a fresh, clean opening for you since your birthday opened up. It's a nice new beginning, and next year is a personal power year and a really strong love year. So you're getting ready for real strong connection and love, really hitting the pinnacle of true love and success for you. So thank you, Defrick. You're on track. Don't worry, and see you in class on Thursday. Bye. Who else do we have?
Next, I want to go to Amanda Ferrero.
Hi, Amanda. Welcome. Amanda's relatively new, I think, in our feed, right?
I'm not sure. She's going to have to let us know.
Let us know. Hi, Carol. Hi, Chris. Chris is saying happy birthday to Defrick, so thank you.
She's asking, what's in store for me for love and business?
Thank you, Jenna, for sharing to the groups. Oh, what's in store for you for love or business? So, okay. So, business, career, really important time for you to connect with friendships, to connect with people, but it's really important for you to lay the foundation for career. Lay the foundation for business. Lay the foundation for connections. Lay the foundation of new ideas, new projects. Put them in motion. Push the go button, girl, because this is the time when you align yourself with career concepts, career ideas, and by doing that, there's a different vibe to you, a different excitement, a different connection, so love flows better for you. I feel as if you've been scattered these past 6-7 months, and we haven't had the focus that we needed for business. So make a list, write down what we want to accomplish in business, focus on that, and allow yourself to be one with the concepts that you want to achieve. It's going to be a positive upturn for business in October, and an even more positive upturn at the tail end of the year on or around Thanksgiving in the love department. So it's going to be a good close of the year for you, Amanda, and just know that you are on track for great projects coming your way. Thank you so much for joining us here on Facebook. How's everyone doing? Glad to have you. Thank you, Carmen. Carmen's like, I'm out, gotta go. Thank you, Carmen, for joining us. Who else do we have here?
Next, I have Danielle Thomas. She loves some guidance. It's been a rough year. She would love to know if she's on the right path. She's kind of given up on love.
Miss North Carolina, don't give up on love. Love finds you when you least, absolutely positively least expect it. And sometimes, what's that song, looking for love in all the wrong places? Sweetie, you were just looking for love in all the wrong places. I don't know what to tell you. But now it's time for you. Don't give up on love. When I look at this energy, and I look at this year, it's of expansion. It's expansion of consciousness, expansion of who you are. Really, really delving deep into the reason for your existence and what you bring to the powerful table of your experience. And I feel like there's more learning, more school, more study, more expansion towards career. There's something else we want to do to broaden our financial wellness, to broaden our financial stability through career, through work. So this is going to be another part of your focus, because this is meant to be a very abundant year. So make the changes or put the work in and do some due diligence to line things up so that you're on pace for a strong career. You're giving up on love because you have been dating people who are not ready for a relationship. They're emotionally unavailable, and you are showing up available, but you're attracting people who are not ready for that. And I feel like they're here and you think they're good and then they're gone, and that's uncomfortable. And you're left feeling as if there's something wrong with you. Hashtag nothing wrong with you, absolutely not. You are just attracting people who are reminding you of past experiences, and we need to go back and heal that energy. And we're going to do a healing here, a love healing. So if you know someone who needs some love healing, we really want to work on that, because you, Danielle Thomas, are really a powerful being, a strong, direct, organized, highly intellectual being. And I know sometimes you can maybe come across a little strong-willed to some people, but you know what you want, and that's okay. But let's not pick people that are needing for you to take care of them or guide them or mother them, or that's not what you're looking for. You're looking for a partner. You're looking for your connection in love, and love comes for you. Don't shoot the messenger when I tell you this. But this year, I don't know, love's looking a little spotty. I feel like you may meet some people, but I feel like the right connection really comes into play for you, around your birthday next year. So focus on career for now. Heal the wounds of past relationships. If someone strikes your fancy, go for it. But love will really kick in 2020. Thank you, Danielle, for joining us. We got to do some healing around here. Who needs some healing? Janice says, I was coming out of a coma right into love and marriage. Love. Never give up on love. Absolutely. Let's never give up on love. What else do we have here? That's why we're doing the love show. We don't give up on love, everyone. We're never giving up on love. No, siree.
I wanted to go...
Especially when we have Sarah Spiritual Shamuel spray. Try to say that fast. Sarah Spiritual Shamuel spray. Sarah Spiritual Shamuel spray. Lorraine, let's talk to Lorraine. She's in Alberta, Canada.
She says she's struggling in financial situations. Any help?
Lorraine, you know, I don't feel like you're going to stay rooted in financial situations for much longer. I feel as if, that this birthday for you that you just celebrated, so happy birthday, well, you're about to celebrate, tomorrow, happy birthday, Lorraine. I was like, do the math, Sarah. Wait a minute, it's not time yet. Happy birthday, Lorraine. Tomorrow's Lorraine's birthday. Yay. Happy birthday, Lorraine. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Lorraine. Happy birthday to you. And many more. Okay, Lorraine, we have here for you. Wow, really interesting. A whole new threshold opening up for you. And I know that you're struggling financially in situations, but they will work themselves out. I actually see increase coming to you this year. And I say I actually see because I'm sitting here saying I don't think it's going to come the way you would expect it to, or through the means with which you normally create abundance. I feel as if you are navigating some changes, and some of the things that are around you may not even be because of choices you made. It's just things that happened around you and you're a part of it. And I feel like as you move yourself forward in this 2020 time, financially things even out. And I see unexpected flow of money coming to you. And you know what, as I just said that to you, Lorraine, out of the corner of my eye, I saw one of the Ascended Masters walk by, and he had his robe on, which is really cool. I saw the being walk by, and he just kind of nodded his head like, yes, like this too shall pass, Lorraine. So you have the support of the Ascended Masters. It will pass. It is a temporary situation. I feel like you don't have the means at this moment to take yourself out of it, but something amazing is going to shift it so that you can feel more financially sound in a very short time. Thank you, Lorraine, for joining us in Alberta, Canada. Thank you so much. Let's take another question before we get into our healing time.
I wanted to go to Blanca in Phoenix, Arizona. She's new.
By the time I get to Phoenix, he'll be rising. Okay. Hi, Bianca. How are you? I'm just singing.
Blanca.
Blanca.
And
Blanca.
she'd like to know what you see coming for love for her.
Okay. Oh. Blanca gets a love card. Blanca gets love cards. Blanca, what I see here for you, ooh boy, ooh doggy, what do I see here? You know, Blanca, last year was a big important year for you to make choices as to what you wanted your life to be like. Kind of, sort of the rest of your life. Did you give thought and consideration to that? If not, you better catch up, Missy. Because this is a time for you to be on track for what Blanca wants and only what Blanca wants, not what everybody else wants Blanca to do. So here in love, I'm going to pick 3 cards for Miss Blanca on this one because it's important. And life is a series of constantly shifting cycles. Blanca, you can attest to that. When we resist change, come on Blanca, bend a little. We resist the natural flow of life and create unnecessary stress. Go with the flow. The theme of our show, go with the flow of love, and you will be surprised where it leads. Let go and let God in love, my dear, because playfulness, laughter, and fun is the best therapy for you, Blanca. I'm going to put this over here because we want to be playful and we want to really enjoy life as it presents itself to you. And we've got those 2 cards there for you. And then we have forgiveness. Stop forcing your energy and focusing your energy on past events, for life is too precious to waste. You can create your reality by what you think, dream, and imagine. Imagine. Imagine what love is like for you. Love comes for you in this time of your life. And the love that we've experienced in this energy, when I look at the birth date for you, I see that you've gone through a series of changes over these past couple of years, and now you're ready to open up to a new experience of love, a new depth of love. So focus on what it is you want and forgive yourself and others for the experiences that you've had. I feel as love is something that you've been looking to attract and we haven't made the right connections yet. And there's an energy of a new love around you, and I don't know if you just met somebody, but I'm going to describe it the way I see it. There's a new love around you, the energy of a new love or new love coming in. That's why I feel like it's all getting ready to come into play for you. So be careful not to take the past and trip yourself up in the future. All right, Blanca, thank you so much for your question. We ready to do some healing? We got more questions? Yes. Where am I?
Let's do some healing. I think that's been a general consensus since we began, that everybody's like, healing, please. A lot of questions.
We need healing.
Wanted
We
some
need
healing.
healing. Yes,
Yeah.
indeed. Let's see what we've got going on here. Okay. Archangel Dre wants to know about music. Yes. Archangel Dre, don't stop music. Are you kidding? Don't give up on music. That's who you are, Archangel Dre. Like what? Should I keep doing music? That's like asking the sun if it should keep shining. Archangel Dre, do not do that. We got Luann Long, thank you, from Arizona. We got Monica. All right, let's go. Who wants to know if they're ever getting married? Carmel Kelly. Carmel Kelly? What do you mean, will I ever marry? Of course you're getting married. Let's not think of things we don't want. Carmel Kelly, you're getting married. Everyone ready? Take a nice breath. In the moment of now. In the moment of now. In the moment of now, I am aligned with love. In the moment of now, I am love. In the moment of now, love flows to me. In the moment of now, love flows to me. In the moment of now, all that I am is love. In the moment of now, all that I choose to be is love. In the moment of now, all that I am is light. Hold the energy, take a breath. We're going to ask the angels, Archangel Chamuel, to come in. And we're going to ask for divine love blessing. So if you're ready to receive a blessing, we're going to open up to the angels. We're going to ask the angels for a divine love blessing in this moment of now. We say, I am love, I am peace, I am light. And we ask Archangel Chamuel to bless us all. Archangel Chamuel, the unconditional love angel, we step forth and we say, in this moment of now, I am worthy of love. In this moment of now, I receive love. In the moment of now, the angels are always with me, and I am aligned with love in all that I do. My words are love, my thoughts are love, my actions are love. I see love in all that surrounds me. I recognize the God in everything and everyone, and so it is. And create the energy around you for love. Create the energy for peace. Create the energy that you want to have in your life. And trust that as you move yourself forward, everything you desire will come with ease and grace. The most important thing you can ever do is love yourself. The most important thing you can do is, as life throws you changes, to not resist the change. Everything's always in a constant state of change. If the butterfly resisted its shift from a caterpillar to the butterfly, then it wouldn't live. It has to go through that experience. So we have to go through experiences to recognize where we've become fragmented and disconnected with the God within, where we found ourselves separated from love, where we feel that we're not worthy. And sometimes we can draw a correlation to an exact memory or an occurrence, and sometimes that is linked to a person. People are who they are. Forgive them, they know not what they do. So when you look to another and you feel that their actions have caused you hurt, first forgive yourself and then forgive them. Love you. And those who do not treat you with love and respect, choose to love you. The key to creating love in everything that you want in life, the key to creating partnership in life, love in life, is to honor yourself, to know your truth, to know who you are, and to know your inner workings, and to recognize what you bring to the table. Value you. Value the gifts, value the God in you. Remember, when you allow yourself to be criticized, when you criticize yourself, when you allow yourself to be hurt and create an energy of pain in your environment, in your experience, then you are in turn trying to create hurt to the entire universe, because how you value you is the energy that vibrates, the frequency that goes from you out into the universe. So now I ask you, is it any wonder that we have such angst, anxiety, hurt, and pain in the world? No, it's no wonder. Because everything that you see, whether you want to admit it or not, is a reflection of things that are going on within inside each and every one of us. We've all been in a place of not worthy. We've all been in a place of not good enough. We've all been in a place of feeling afraid or abandoned. We've all experienced betrayal. But it's the fact that we are carrying around the hurt, the pain, the betrayal with us wherever we go, looking and asking and wondering if the next person is going to do the same thing, or we're going to experience it again, or feeling like we have to overcompensate and forsake ourselves to please others instead of honoring ourselves. It is because we are running around with these misconceptions, because we are products of our environment. But it has hit a critical state in the world right now. And the change that we all say we want to see in the world, the love that we say the world should emulate, especially in America, right? Give me that you're tired and you're poor. We're the great country people long to come to, and look what's going on. It's not a political statement. It's just a statement of what we're observing. But the more we observe it and look outwardly and judge, and don't contain ourselves and look within and clean up our own acts and acknowledge where we need to heal and how we need to love ourselves and how we need to be more loving, the world will never change. Change begins with you. The partner, the lover you want in your life, the relationship, the experience, the job, the abundance, it all begins with you. So choose to love you. You are rare, you are beautiful, you are precious. You're a gift to this earth. Choose to love you and honor who you are. And take your light and shine it brightly. And when the waves of life wash over you, let it go. Trust that everything is happening for a reason. Lose yourself in the experiences. We've all been hurt. We've all had things that have happened that have made us feel uncomfortable. Choose to heal. Choose to love. Choose to say, I am. I am a great, powerful being. I am a divine light. I am love. I am peace. I am the conquering power in and around everything I do because I am God in motion. I am light in motion. I am love in motion. Pay forward the good acts that have been done for you, because as you release, the universe will bless you again and again and again. Thank you all for joining us here on our Sunday Funday. We greatly appreciate you. We hope you join us Wednesday night from 5 to 8 p.m. for Spiritually Speaking with Sarah live on WNN. You can watch us here on Facebook, watch us on YouTube. You can catch the show on iHeartRadio or catch us on the replay. But we do hope you join us live. Thank you for sharing the page. Continue to share. Share the love. Share the light. God bless you. Happy Sunday Funday. And I am Sarah Spiritual.
Waves come crashing down, and I'm left standing fail.